Good evening, friends. In this video, we are going to talk about how to develop effective communication skill. Well, friends, there is no denying the fact that speaking confidently and communicating effectively is an art. It requires a lot of emulation, a lot of interpretation, and a lot of practice. Well, friends, there are people in this world who are good public speakers. They have not become leaders in speaking, I mean, confidently, just in a day or in a month. It requires a lot of, practice and a lot of, techniques to develop. For instance, there are four pillars of effective communication. The very first pillar is learn how to equip yourself with the communication concept and techniques to confidently talk to people and build rapport. You must understand what kind of audience are you going to interact with. Number one, what is your content? What subject matter are you going to present? And what are the demands of the audience and what are the mood of the audience? So you have to judge and read and assess the demand and mood of the audience. If the audience is patient in listening and giving importance to your communication, then certainly you are going to be successful in elaborating your points. If the audience do not get convinced with your techniques of communication and concept, then you will not be able to develop and induce in them the matter and content that is required for this purpose. Then you have to learn to create a culture of open communication with your speaking skills. By open communication means you have to be very very vocal and very very frank, keeping importance of the eyes and mind of the audience. Well, what the mind of the audience is, what are they going to listen to, what are the things that you are going to present, are the subject matter that you are going to deliver relevant for them, what percent of the content that you have prepared is generalized, and what are the specific points that you are going to elaborate. And most important, while you are speaking, do not pay attention to little bit of error in your language presentation, because you may be somewhere lacking some accuracy. But then when you are speaking in front of the audience, do not lose resilience. Try to control your emotions and always be patient. Most important, actually communication is a two-way process. So you must sometimes listen when you are conversing with the audience, putting a question, and when you are getting a response and an answer, try to listen to the audience also, because sometimes what happens that the people start speaking without getting any response from the audience. When you are putting a question to the audience, get an answer and respond to their question sometimes, because communication is a two-way process. Listening holds as much importance as speaking. If you are constantly feeling distracted in a conversation, then you must understand that you are going to get a setback, and therefore try to rectify the content so that it will suit the audience. And most important, practicing is very important. Before you go on a stage, you must practice in front of the mirror what you are going to deliver, whether you are going to deliver it effectively and confidently. If you are not prepared to deliver your content and present the things confidently before the audience, then your communication will be very poor. Therefore, develop resilience in your speech and oration, and try to control your emotions. Do not get burst into emotions. Sometimes control your emotions and always look into the content and the technique of presentation, because these things really matter a lot for audience. And when you are able to present your content in a very confident and precise manner, you are going to be a very good communicator. And therefore, the effective communication skill has four important pillars. Number one is develop resilience and try to develop an eye contact with the audience, then control your emotions, then learn and create a culture of open communication. And fourth one, that means always try to practice beforehand the art of oration and art of speaking, and try to listen to the audience and give a patient hearing to the audience and respond to their questions in between, so that your communication will be a two-way process, not a one-way process. It will not be imposing some thoughts upon them, rather it will be communicating and interacting with the audience. So be interacting with the audience, be, I mean, practical with the audience, equip yourself with the communication concept and technique to develop confidence among them, and try to deliver the goods in a very precise and in a very effective manner. That is what are the pillars of effective communication. Thank you. Have a nice day.